What a day to be out and about, either on a boat going through the Ballard Locks or down below the Ballard Locks, looking through the glass down there and watching the salmon swim upstream. It's that type of a day. It is a beautiful summer evening here in Seattle. We get set for Game 3 of the 4-game series here at Safeco Field between the Seattle Mariners and the Boston Red Sox. And we welcome you all one more time. A very pleasant good evening after a rather tumultuous night last night. As you know what happened in the 5th inning with the dugout exploding a little bit, with Sean Figgins being taken out of the ball game and a lot of scuffling around. General Manager Jack Zduriencik asked about that today and was asked to give his thoughts. Here's what he had to say.
You know, the easiest way to say this and handle this is that, it's an in-house issue. We handled it ourselves, and it's behind us. During the course of a year, things happen. Frustrations show. And right now we're going to play baseball. And Don's going to manage, and Figgy's going to play. And that's where we're at right now with this thing. Let's move on and play baseball.
Blow, you've been through things probably a lot worse than that. What do you think?
Well, I have been, and I think that the bottom line is you have to get the gentlemen together, work out whatever the issue is. People have to understand that Don is the manager of this club. He's the boss, and it's really that simple. And now Figgins is back in the lineup today, so I imagine that their conversation went well.
All right, so the Mariners and the Red Sox prepare for Game 3. The pitching matchups. First of all, for the Boston Red Sox tonight, the local product, the left-hander Jon Lester.
Yeah, really having a nice year for Boston. You saw the 11 wins. ERA under 3, 130 strikeouts in 128 innings pitched for Lester. Above average fastball and a hard slider. The guys have their work cut out for him against this lefty.
David Pauley gets a start tonight for Seattle. He's pitched for only 2 major league clubs. Both of them are here. The one he's pitching for tonight. The other, of course, the Boston Red Sox, still looking for his first major league win.
He is, but he's pitched well. His ERA at a 2.40. Again, the key for him, not overpowering at all. He has to keep the ball down and keep the Red Sox in the ballpark. Stay away from the big inning. I think his changeup and his breaking ball are going to be a big pitch for him tonight.
So, as we mentioned, what a night for a ball game here. Going to be a big crowd of around 40 to 42,000 fans. So, why not come on out to the ball game? Take me out to the ball game. Listen.
season to give you more information and insight into the game.
Why do we live here? There's one reason. That's Snoqualmie Falls, not too far from downtown Seattle. Another are the magnificent views that we get of Mount Rainier. And there is one of them on this pristine Saturday in the Pacific Northwest. Kurt Warner, the former great running back of the Seattle Seahawks, threw a strike just moments ago as the celebratory first pitch. And boy, he had, 58 mile an hour step on that. What a nice man he is. Kurt Warner, the former back of the Seattle Seahawks. The Mariners and the Red Sox. Let's quickly look at the Boston Red Sox lineup.
For Terry Francona and the Boston Red Sox tonight, leading things off, it'll be Marco Scutaro. Patterson, he has pinch hit a couple of times. He gets the start. He will hit second, and it's Ortiz, Euclid, Beltre, Drew Hermida in the lineup. Left-handed hitter, he will play left field and hit seventh, and it's Lowry Cash will do the catching, hitting ninth. And the numbers for David Pauley, nice ERA at 2.40, only 15 innings pitched for him so far.
So we get set to play ball, and for the Boston Red Sox, this becomes a pretty big game because very rarely until they meet the Yankees head-to-head do they get a chance to pick up ground on New York, and they do today because Kansas City beat them as Scutaro takes a strike over the outside corner from David Pauley. 0-1 the count on the Red Sox shortstop. Crossfired him that time, and the sinker's down low and outside. 80 degrees at game time this evening. Just a hint of a breeze out of the west at a couple of miles an hour. And a slider. 1-2. The Red Sox are beginning to heal. Won't be long before Pedroia will be back, for example. And they certainly got a very promising performance from Josh Beckett last night, even though he was not the winning pitcher.
No, but it's been 2 months since he was on the mound and pitched well. Was able to throw strikes. Nice breaking ball from him last night.
Scutaro, ground ball to third. And Jose Lopez fires him out of there. Let's look at the Mariners' big D tonight.
In the outfield for the Mariners will be Saunders, Gutierrez, and Ichiro. On the left side of the infield, Lopez and Jack Wilson. On the right side, it'll be Figgins and Justin Smoke over at first base. Josh Bard will do the catching tonight.
So there he is, David Pauley. With Sean Figgins back in the lineup, you have to think that there was some pretty long meetings between Figgins, his manager, and general manager before this ball game to get him back in the lineup tonight.
I think that you have to have those meetings. You need to get it straightened out, and for him to be in the lineup, the conversation must have gone well, and everybody was satisfied with the result of it, so he's back out there again tonight.
0-2 the count on Eric Patterson. That's popped out of play. The game has changed so much, not because of the altercations in the dugout and in the clubhouse and things like that, because you've always had them, and Mike, you know that, and I know that, but you can't go anywhere once you step onto the field without somebody taking a picture of you, without a camera being somewhere. You just don't escape that as a routine fly ball is hit to left.
In today's game, that is a fact, and you have to be aware of that. And the guys are for the most part, but sometimes frustration levels rise, David. You just forget about all those things, and you have a moment like the Mariners had last night in their dugout. But after that, once it's over with and you move on with the game, everybody to a man knew exactly what had happened and what was going to be said about it and who was going to see it, which is virtually everybody. And that's just the way this game is today.
So here's Big Poppy now. And Ortiz takes right over the outside corner for a strike. Brian Onura, the crew chief of this umpiring foursome, is the man calling balls and strikes tonight. 91-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. And a slider, a biting slider. Ended up around his kneecaps, if not below. A very impressive first inning for 27-year-old David Pauley. We're underway and good to have you part of it. We go to the bottom of the first. There's no score.
John Lester having a nice season for the Red Sox. 11 wins for him. ERA under 3, 128 innings pitched, 130 strikeouts.
An American League All-Star this year worked his 6th inning, a flawless 6th inning in Anaheim. In the All-Star game, as Ichiro accepts a strike, 1-1 the count. Hit from Bellarmine Prep in Tacoma. Looking for his 12th victory of the year. He was a victim of C.J. Wilson and the Texas Rangers, although he pitched well against Texas in his last outing. Swing and a miss with a ball in the dirt. So the putout will be recorded 2-3. Cash down to Euclid.
Take a look at the defense behind Lester tonight. In the outfield will be Hermida, Patterson, and Drew. On the infield, Adrian Beltre back in town. Then it's Scudero and Lowry up the middle. Kevin Euclid over at first, and Kevin Cash will do the catching.
So here comes Figgy now. After an interesting night last night. Pinch hit for in the 5th inning. Strike to him. One ball, one strike to count on Figgins. Bunts a ball. It's a fair ball, and he's thrown out. Figgy didn't get 15 feet out of the batter's box, and he's thrown out. He thought it was foul. He stopped. And here comes Wakamatsu.
Well, Brian Ornora, I thought he called it right away out in front of home plate. Going to get some help from first base umpire Mike Estabrook. I thought it was a fair ball.
Looked to me like it was a fair ball.
You look at Figgins.
Did it hit him? Okay, it hit him. That's the reason he was out. He was out, didn't even have to be thrown out. Let's see. I don't see it.
It didn't hit him.
No, it didn't hit him.
No, but it was a fair ball out in front of home plate.
So Gutierrez takes a delivery down low and outside, ball one. Ball on the strike. Going to be joined by former Mariner catcher Dan Wilson when we go to the second inning of play. Nice breaking ball. John Lester turned in to be one of the top left-handers in baseball.
You saw the slow breaking ball, but he has a plus fastball too. He's topped out at 96 already here in the first inning.
Up and in. 91. Lester, good size, 6'4", 240 pounds. Makes his home in Georgia. I think his wife's from Georgia. And a curve that time. Scudero throws him out. Ends up being a 1-2-3 Mariner first inning, so we go to the second. Taken by former Mariner catcher Dan Wilson. I'm Dave Niehaus with Mike Blowers. Dan, welcome. Nice to have you again one more time here.
Thank you, Dave. It's great to be here. Beautiful night for a game, and it's fun.
Kevin Youkilis has taken a strike. You know what happened last night. What was your reaction?
I think it's like a lot of people's reaction. This does go on in major league clubs, and you get to this point in the season, and some frustrations can come out. So it's unfortunate it happened in a dugout, but obviously these things go on, and they go on in boardrooms, and they go on all over America, and just this one happened to be out in front of everybody.
Wicked breaking ball. That time to you. Can you count a ball and 2 strikes? Change in the dirt that time. You like Paulie's stuff?
I do. He's we saw him first in that spot start against the Yankees, and a chance for a guy to come out, maybe be a little bit intimidated, and he didn't. And here he is now against the Boston Red Sox, and set them down in order. Got the first 4 now, and has really looked strong, and that's been impressive to me.
Very impressive sinker right there.
He also has a really good changeup. Can throw his breaking ball for a strike or bounce it if he wants to. Take a look at this last pitch. Changeup down in the zone. Youkilis right over the top of it.
That's where you want to be with that pitch, down in the zone. Mike, I think you touched on it in the pregame. He wants to keep that breaking stuff down, and that's where he's going to want to stay all night.
Well, I think the biggest key is, well, strike one certainly helps, but the other thing is he understands that he's not a 95-mile-an-hour guy. He can't make mistakes up in the zone, especially against a club like the Red Sox who score a lot of runs. And that's what's been impressive with me. You talked about him being able to handle the Yankees, but the other thing is now he's going against the Red Sox. The guys get excited and they have a tougher time getting the ball down. He seems like right away, first inning, he comes out there and he's able to get that done, and that's not an easy thing to do.
No, you can go with a game plan out there all you want, but when you get out on that mound and that adrenaline starts pumping, being able to execute that game plan can be a different thing sometimes. But you're right, Blow. He's gone out there, he's done it the last couple of times out, and so far tonight he's done the same thing. And keeping that ball down and understanding changing speeds, changing eye levels. He's not going to blow it by you, but he's going to make his pitches when he needs to, and that's what he's done so far.
And the breaking ball, it's a little bit outside and in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes. Paulie gets a lot of sink. You see, he throws across his body, which not really the way to teach a pitcher. That's down low and outside, 2-2, but you can get a good sink with the ball.
You get a lot of sinking, with the right-handed hitters when you're on that side of the rubber and you're coming across your body like that. That's a tough look for a right-handed hitter, and that makes it more difficult too. But you're right, David. It's going to bring a lot more sink and run into the right-handed hitters, and it's going to be a tough pitch to hit down in the zone.
Count is full on Adrian Beltre. Having an all-star year. Still alive. Inside, he lost himself. Beltre, a free ticket to first base. Following the Mariners and the Red Sox tomorrow now, you kids, going to be fun for you. You get to run around the bases, presented by Key Bank, all you youngsters 14 and under. Invited to come right on down to the field, take a lap around the bases, and for tickets to run the bases and see the Mariners take on these Red Sox, you can visit Mariners.com or any Mariners team store. A strike to the left-handed batting J.D. Drew. 1-1 to count. One starting play today. Boston 7 back, 3 back of Tampa Bay. Think the Yankees can be caught down?
I do. It's going to be a fun stretch. At American League East is always a dogfight down to the end, and it's going to be fun to watch again as this season winds to a close. Some great teams. I think Boston and the Yankees have such great pitching. It's going to keep them going. So it's going to be a good fight.
How about you?
I think if Boston is going to catch the Yankees, they're going to have to do it on their own with the amount of games they have left against New York. Boston's going to get healthy, too. They're going to get Pedroia back and Victor Martinez and some pretty big pieces. We saw Beckett last night. He hadn't pitched in 2 months. They have some guys, Jason Varitek, as you look at him. They're going to get these guys back, but really I think because they're back right now and both of them are really good clubs, it's going to come down to how they do head-to-head.
Well, they're 3-5 against the Yankees, so a lot of head-and-head beatings. Left. There's Pedroia.
Those head-to-head meetings are like civil wars every time you go out there, man. It's unbelievable. You can just feel the excitement in the air.
Base hit into the hole. Beltre, who has a little bit of a limp going into second base, just stops right there at second base. I don't think he's hurt. He kind of pulled up a little bit there, but he wasn't going anywhere anyway. See if you can see it.
I think that's because he spent 4 or 5 years with that right fielder and seen him throw. Pretty good idea right away. He was going to shut it down.
Here's Jeremy Hermida, who is fresh off the disabled list and getting the start in left field for Boston tonight. Ball one. 1 ball and no strikes.
Dave, I think one thing that's going to help David tonight is having Josh Bard behind the plate, a guy who spent some time with Boston and may have a little better handle on what these guys like to do offensively, and I think that's going to help David quite a bit.
Ball and a strike. And that ball gets away from Bard. He doesn't know where it is. And around third, but holding down there is Beltre. We'll wait and see what they score that. Probably a wild pitch. Let's look. Yeah.
Ball right in front of Josh, and he went down to block. It looks like it hit his glove and kind of took a right turn on him off the toe of his glove, and then momentarily just couldn't find it. He was in a good position to block it, but sometimes those things don't hit you square. They hit the glove in the wrong spot and take off on you, and that's what happened on that one.
Well, and you expect it to bounce a certain way, expecting it to hit the dirt. It looked like maybe that hit on the back edge of the plate a little bit on him, too.
Yeah, sometimes home plate can be your worst enemy because it does take some funny hops off of there, and the ones like those where it looks like it's going to be a pretty easy straight-on block, it may take a little bit of a direction change on you.
2-1 to Hermida, foul back and out of play. And you can hear the Red Sox Nation is here tonight.
Great crowd here tonight.
Hermida, big strikeout.
Well, David goes back to another off-speed pitch down in the zone, right over the top of it, changing speeds nicely here early in the game.
Well, that off-speed had some nice run. Boy, it really dropped hard when it got to the plate there. Hermida had no chance.
And here's Jed Lowry now. A little bit outside. Lowry, a Northwesterner from Salem, Oregon. Went to North Salem High School. Matriculated at Stanford University. One to one. Broken bat, and that ball is going to be out there where Ichiro can run it down. So here in this second inning, 2 runners left out there in scoring position. Some pretty good clutch pitching by David Pauly. Still no score. Mariner half of the second inning, and Jose Lopez, the Mariner third baseman, leads it off against John Lester. This, by the way, is the first of 2 trips into Seattle for the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox return in mid-September, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 13th, 14th, and 15th of September. 2-0 the count. Jose Lopez, kind of an innocent bystander last night. He got caught betwixt and between in the fray down in the dugout. Had his jersey almost torn off of him.
I don't think Jose's seen too many hockey games to know that that's the first thing that goes, right? Your jersey.
And that pitch is hit foul down the left field line. Lopez, down he goes. So one down. That'll bring up Justin Smoak. Listen to the music that is playing as Smoak is introduced. Okay, Smoke on the Water, name of that song. And when we get to our trivia question, we understand there's going to be a trivia question about that. Don't know what it is.
I know it's Deep Purple.
Strike on the outside corner. 1-1. To the count. And a swing and a miss at a change. So Justin Smoak is down on strikes. That's strikeout number 3. And now time for our trivia question. And the question is, which band was performing at the Montreux Casino when it burned to the ground, inspiring the song Smoke on the Water? Was it the Rolling Stones, Deep Purple, Frank Zappa, and the Mothers, or Pink Floyd? Which of those bands was performing at the Montreux Casino that inspired that song? You guys have any idea?
Dan?
I'm 0 for the season on the trivia, but I'm going to go with Deep Purple only because I know that's who sings the song, but I don't know if that was what inspired the song.
Milton Bradley rolls a routine two-hopper. Right to shortstop, and just like that, the Mariners close for business here in the second inning. 3 up and 3 down. No score as we go to the third. All right, Angie, as Kevin Cash, the catcher, steps up to lead it off here in the third inning. A little bit low, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. One.
So before the game, you go through the scouting report with the pitcher and you talk about the lineup. You do all those things that you're supposed to.
Great play by Figgy, who straightens up, throws a one-hopper, and throws him out. Outstanding play by Sean Figgins.
It was a nice play by Figgins. Ball is hit hard. He has to give a little ground to get the hop that he wants. Fortunately for him, it comes up. Nice one-hopper, long hop over for Smoke at first base. Easy play. But once you get through all of that, and as the game is going on, we see the pitcher and the catcher talking constantly throughout the game. What are you talking about? You already talked about the scouting report.
Well, obviously, there's lots of things that can change, and you know, as hitters, their job is to constantly make adjustments too. And you may see something during the game. The hitter's approach is a little bit different than what you had talked about prior to the game. So, as they make adjustments, you too have to make adjustments on the field. So, a lot of times it's adjustments that the hitters are making. A lot of times you're talking about signs. If you have a runner on second base, you're trying to mix up sign selection, that kind of thing. But you have to adapt as the game continues on. And, you know, second time, third time through the order, again, you can go out and let them know how you've pitched them in the past and how you want to go at them a second and third time to get them out again.
Lopez showing some nice soft hands there as he takes care of that short hopper and throws out Marco Scutaro.
It's something that he's done well all year. You can see him being aggressive. That's the key at third base. A lot of guys that have played up the middle, when they move over to third, they want to sit back on the ball. He's done a nice job of going after it. Do you have to convince the pitcher sometimes, hey, look, your slider is just not there now. You're throwing a cement mixer up there. We're going away from that and going to the changeup.
Yeah, there are times, you know, pitchers can be very stubborn. There's no question about it. And just because in their mind it's their best pitch consistently, it may not be their best pitch that night. And so you sort of have to play a mind changer a little bit at times and let them know, hey, look, it's just not there tonight. And there's subtle ways to do that. There's times when the game is on the line, you have to go out there and be a little bit more firm. But sometimes between innings, as you're sitting in the dugout, you can sort of break it to them a little more easily and begin to work on a different game plan.
Eric Patterson strikes out on 3 pitches and a very easy third inning here. Nice job by David Pauly as the Red Sox are gone 1-2-3. No score going to the bottom of the third. And the Mothers was performing there. And when the casino burnt to the ground, that inspired the song, Smoke on the Water. As we get set to move into the bottom half of the third inning, Josh Bard, the Mariner switch hitting catcher, will be up there from the right-hand side. Bard, then Jack Wilson, and then Michael Saunders. And a breaking ball down low and inside. Curtis Wilson, who does a great job on our trivia questions. Some related to baseball, some not. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's taken high and outside. Points out that the lyrics tell the true story of a fire on December the 4th, 1971. Deep Purple was in Montreux to record an album using the Rolling Stones mobile studio. As that pitch is fouled down the third baseline, Richie Blackmore, the now famous guitar riff bassist Roger Glover, is credited with the song title after Deep Purple watched the fire from the opposite side of Lake Geneva.
There you have it, Dave. My trivia over streak still intact, Mike.
Off the end of the bat foul.
At this point, we're rolling into August. I'm confident it'll remain that way, Dan.
At least you know it was smoke on the water. I didn't know that.
Something to be said for consistency.
.73% fastballs.
Well, early in the game, Dave, that's probably a pretty good percentage as you're trying to establish that fastball early in the game. And then as the game goes on, that percentage will probably change a little bit and go a little bit more to the off speed.
Like that. That's a nice off-speed pitch right there.
Why is that, Dan?
Well, really, you want your hitters to go up there and respect your fastball, and you want to be able to throw it, especially early in the game, on both sides of the plate. Get them thinking fastball, looking fastball, and knowing that's a pitch you're going to go to. Then later on in the game, you can change gears a little bit, and when you need that ground ball double play, you're able to get it because you've established a fastball, and you get them out front on the breaking ball.
Jack Wilson slaps it on the ground sharply. Ball for Scudero, throw him out. So 2 down. And Michael Saunders will step up to the plate. Scoring only 1 run last night, and that was in the first inning. Great breaking. Another one.
It's tough on left-hand hitters because as a lefty, you have to respect the fact that he can throw 95 in on your hands, too. His breaking ball tonight, 77, 78 miles an hour.
Ball on 2 strikes. A lot of friends and family out here tonight, I would expect. And he went around. So that will be that. 5 strikeouts in 3 innings now for Jon Lester. As he is on a roll, he is perfect the first time through the lineup. After 3, no score.
and Dan Wilson are here, and the Red Sox. Pretty good setup here for some baseball, and two guys pitching really well thus far.
Absolutely. I think it's been a quick start here to this ball game because both guys have done an outstanding job. And
but Big Papi just left the yard. No sooner had we said that, and he hits it about 8 rows deep to one of the deepest parts of the ballpark. 1-0 Red Sox for David Ortiz, home run number 19, RBI number 61. And boy, there's a lot of Red Sox fans in the ballpark tonight. The Big Papi launches here. Second time seeing Paulie. Paulie struck him out on 3 pitches. First time he goes up first pitch hacking. Did not miss it. 398 feet. So that's a shock to the system of David Paulie.
Yeah, actually a decent pitch down in the zone, but like you said, Ortiz was first pitch hack, and he was ready for it kind of down in his power zone there. Middle of the plate, he probably wanted it outside a little bit more, but boy, he knows what to do with a pitch down in the strike zone.
He really loaded up on that, too, when you saw the side of his swing. He made up his mind. He's probably going to get a first pitch fastball and turn it loose by the time he left the on deck circle. He hit the ball a long ways. And, you know, so many times I've seen it. I know that you have a lot more than I have, Dan. But, you know, it's important to work ahead, and guys get out there. And it's like you were talking about the fastball early, trying to jump ahead of guys. And although that pitch was down, it was centered on the plate. And sometimes you pay a price for that. But solo home runs is just one run on the scoreboard. You have to score anyways if you want to do anything. But it'll serve you well more times than not, is the point of working ahead of hitters and taking the chance that maybe they might hit one just like Ortiz.
Absolutely. You know, and you look at a lot of times, you look at a scouting report, and it may say, you know, Ortiz is a guy that just doesn't first pitch hack very often, and so you're going to go after him with the fastball. You're going to get ahead because that's what the scouting report says, and percentage-wise, that's the way that he hits. But that time he was going against the percentages, and he was up there hacking first pitch.
So the 3 and 4 men, second time around against Paulie, hit the ball hard, won a home run, and Euclid with a base hit.
Yeah, and Ricciardero make a trip out to the mound to talk to him, settle him down a little bit. And I think, too, I mean, Paulie has pitched well. He's pitching well in this game. He's given up a couple of hits, but, you know, the thing that you have to understand sometimes, too, is he's aware of the numbers, I'm sure, of what Boston has done this year. This is a club that scores runs. They hit home runs, and sometimes you just have to concede the fact that I might give up a run here and there, but I'm going to try to keep the damage to a minimum. And just, you know, you can't expect to go out and throw a shutout every time, and you better stay focused on the task at hand and not get too concerned about somebody hitting a home run.
Absolutely. And Mike, you touched on it a little bit earlier. Here we are, second time through the order now. Boston's going to be able to make some of their adjustments, and David Paulie and Josh Bart are going to have to sort of adjust their game plan as well, and that's what we're seeing right here.
Down low to Beltre, who walked his first time up. The funniest thing you said to the guy, calm him down, take the edge off.
I'm not that witty or smart, Dave, but
We've got one of our guys in the camera, Scott Bergen. Hopefully Scotty's all right. Wow, that didn't look good. Beltre concerned, so is Paulie. Everybody else seeing how Scott is doing, and there he is. He's up and at him again. All right. We'll take the 8 count, and he's good to go. 1-1 to Beltre. Well, stroke left field, right to Saunders. Beltre's having a nice year.
Well, 3 hard hit balls to start this inning, and already a trip from Adair, but
Here goes Scott. Oh boy.
Stitch it up. Here we go.
J.D. Drew, base hit to right his first time up. You can see the approach now. They've seen him. They're going up there ready to deal.
You know, last time up, J.D. Drew had the same situation, runner on first, used the hole really, really well. So I expect you know, a different approach here from Paulie. Getting J.D. Drew out here this time up.
Away 1-1. Red Sox 4-5. Since the All-Star break, they won last night 2-1. They're now 17-16 in one-run games. Mariners are 13-19. Infield looking for two. In there for strike. Third start as a Mariner for Paulie. He's done a nice job. Breaking ball, no, 2-2.
Well, a good pitch there, just off the plate, as you can see from the tracker, but really trying to backdoor that breaking ball there. Just missed.
And he had Drew. He could have thrown that pitch on the outer third probably, and he still would have had the same result as far as Drew not taking a swing at. He was fooled completely on the pitch.
Yeah.
Two and two. Popped up. Jack Wilson has to play. Two down here in the Boston fourth. They spend the afternoon with the Mariners and A's on Wednesday, August 11th. It's the next U.S. Bank Mariners matinee. Special start time of 12:40. Take your 9-inning lunch and take in some afternoon baseball at Safeco Field. For tickets, visit mariners.com. Jeremy Hamida just off his disabled list. Five home runs, 27 runs batted in. Evans at 1-1. Very versatile outfielder. Came over from Florida up high. All 2-2-1. Poppy led off this inning with a home run. Now a 2-2 count as Paulie trying to finish up this half inning. Two and two. Back up the middle, base hit. Youkilis will hold it second.
Take a look at the swing by Hermida. A couple of strikes on him, not trying to do too much with that pitch. It looked like Paulie actually had a chance to maybe get a glove on it. He was able to hit it by him, get a base hit.
Yeah, Paulie almost able to glove that. I don't know how that thing squeaked through there, but he almost knocked it down. You see Josh Bard out in front of the plate there giving some signs, and that's really just alerting the infielders here if both runners take off, whether or not Josh is going to throw to second or third. Sometimes you got a slower runner at first, you may take a shot at second base rather than third base. I would say with the left-hand hitter up, however, you're probably going to go to third base. It's the shorter, easier throw, and there's no runner or no batter in your way.
And for the infielders, by knowing that, the guys that they know it's not going to second base, then Jack and Figgins can hold their ground and field their position and not have to move to cover the bag.
Goes opposite field, slicing drive towards the line. Saunders chasing, it's out of play. Youkilis back to second. Hermida back to first base. Lowry, another versatile player that Tito Francona can use. As he awaits Dustin Pedroia's return in a couple of weeks. Gotta give these Red Sox a lot of credit for being just 7 back with significant losses of Victor Martinez and Pedroia. They've lost. Ramita was out for a while. Ellsbury's still out. 2-1. Well stroked right field. Ichiro going back. He is there. Just the 1 run for the Red Sox. Paulie composes himself and shuts down the Sox the rest of the way in the top of the 4th. 1-0 Boston. One nothing on David Ortiz's home run as somebody to the booth to our right has got their hands on a bottle of bubbles. I love it. It's like the kids are in town and have a lot of fun here. Ichiro to lead it off. John Lester's been perfect. 9 up, 9 down. 5 strikeouts for Lester. His first time through against the Mariners. Boy, up, down, in, out, change speed.
Yeah, he's really looked strong his first 3 innings, and we remarked about it earlier. He's done a nice job establishing his fastball, but has also mixed in enough of his changeup and breaking balls, and really kept the Mariner hitters off stride. Second time through the order here, Mariners will make their adjustments, but he's a tough enough to crack.
Yeah. How good this kid is. 53 and 20 coming in. So look at the Ichiro numbers. Ichiro with 125 hits. Strike 3 call.
That is some kind of breaking ball right there. It looked like it was going to be a fastball inside to Ichiro. Snapped right over the middle of the plate. Late breaking slider that he throws. Take a look at this pitch. Ichiro on top of the plate. Looks like that's at his hip. And outer third right there. Nice pitch.
Yeah, Kevin Cash set up on the inside, and he maybe wanted it a little bit further in, but you're right, Blow. That ball just took off on John Lester and came all the way across the plate. Nasty pitch.
10 up, 10 down. Here's Sean Figgins. It's over on radio side before coming over here, guys. I was surprised to see Mr. Figgins in the starting lineup.
Yeah, usually a situation like that, guys get the next day or two off to sort of, calm the jets and take a personal day, so to speak, and unwind a little bit. But Figgy back in the lineup.
This is his better side, the right side. Starting tonight, a 291 hitter. He's a right-hand hitter, 200 lefty. Been a frustrating year for him, and boy, it exploded last night, 2-1. From all indications, a few people I spoke to in the clubhouse said, "Hey, everybody's back on the same page, but you hope, boy, they better have some. You hope that they have some success real soon. Start to turn it the other way."
Success has that magical power of sort of calming the waters, so to speak. And you're right, Dave. That's a great point, and it does help you move on and move forward. And I think that's what we heard loud and clear from Jack today, was that they're moving on to play baseball.
Yep. So Russell Brandon there. Hopefully he'll be back healthy soon and be able to contribute. One of the leaders in the clubhouse, 3-2. Second 3-ball count run by John Lester. Pitch to Figgins. Fouled off.
Well, you can see these Mariner hitters, even when they foul them off, Blow, they're just not getting anything very solid. And that's a testament to what the stuff that Lester has. Just nothing really on the middle of the plate. They just barely getting a piece of it. He's just a tough pitcher.
3-2 pitch.
Well, I think anytime that you see a pitcher, especially at this point in the season, and he has more strikeouts than innings pitched, that'll give you a pretty good idea of the type of stuff that he has. Now, the other thing tonight, he's also using both sides of the plate, and when he's missing, he's not missing badly. They're just off the plate. So when you have 2 strikes, you're going to see some funny swings on some pitches, or even the take like Ichiro had when he struck out looking. It's not going to look good for you.
3-2. Breaking ball. Strike 3 call. Strikeout number 7. That's 4 of the last 5 hitters, and 2 in a row caught looking. So the strikeout total starting to mount. Perfect game lives 11 up, 11 down right now through August 17th. You can select from 15 different MLB community initiatives to win a $200,000 Pepsi Refresh grant. Felix and the Mariners have teamed up with the Washington State Coalition Against Domestic Violence on a project giving local youth coaches the tools to teach nonviolence, responsibility, and respect. Vote now by visiting MLB.com/Pepsi Refresh or text Mariners to 76462. Two outs in the 4th. Gutierrez stands in. He grounded out the short his first time. Rudy trying to get back to where he was a few months ago. He was up in the 300 range. That one hit foul. We mentioned festive atmosphere Saturday night, Seattle, gorgeous weather. If you're a tourist, you're coming in from somewhere around all points in this country. If you're a Red Sox fan, you're here. A lot of Seattle fans here, of course. And it's just a beautiful night to enjoy some Major League Baseball. A 1-2 pitch. And misses outside, 2-2. And they don't mind showing their colors. By the way, Mike, you ready for a long one tomorrow? Because Daisuke Matsuzaki could be about 3 hours into the game after 4 innings.
Even if that guy wearing 27 was catching. That's an old jersey there.
Yeah. So Lester continues the string. He struck out 8, strikes out the side here in the 4th. He struck out 5 in the last 6. He's got a perfect game through 4. right, thank you, Angie. Kevin Cash, Marco Scutaro, and Eric Patterson, 9-1-2 for the Red Sox. They lead 1-0 on a big popping home run. David Ortiz led off the fourth. A 393-foot blast deep right center field. There's Park trying to frame that one for Brian Onora. No sale. 2-1. Paulie's got the same kind of attitude you see from Park. He's undaunted, man. He's not, hey, let's go. Let's do it. Strike three called. Good pitch. That's strikeout number 5 for Paulie. Good night for Rally Fry signs here. 6 hours with my girlfriend's parents. Oh, dude, I am with you on that one. Oh, I think that's a clubhouse leader, Mike.
He's showing me off the two holding up that sign because the parents are right next to him.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. We got to hook him up.
It even looks like it was a tough 6 hours.
It's up in the order Marco Scutaro. Oh, boy. It's a long walk home, isn't it? Scutaro. There. Marco is twice grounded out. Lopez at third base. Hard hit, just out of the grasp. Diving Sean Figgins. Hit hard by Marco Scutaro. One out base runner for Boston. I always like to see fans keeping score at the ballpark as we check out our Coors Light freeze can. This pitch out. Away from Scutaro, goes with it. About the length of the glove. Good effort by Figgins. Mariners turned 3 double plays last night. Started by Jack Wilson. Hitters Eric Patterson 0 for 2, fly to left and struck out.
You mentioned the home run from Ortiz. Third time through the lineup now for Paulie, and the thing that he did well was keep the guys off of base in front of Ortiz and Youkilis, the two dangerous hitters in the lineup. And now Scutaro gets a base hit, so a double play would certainly help him out here. So Ortiz leading off next inning and not coming to home plate with guys on base.
So 2-0 now to Patterson. You got Ortiz, Youkilis, Beltre, and Drew. Table setters trying to get something going here for Boston. Two and 1. Good ball game last night. 2-1 Red Sox. Adrian Beltre and Bill Hull, a couple of former Mariners, doing the damage for Boston. A long ways deep left center field. Long run for Gutierrez, though, but he has it surrounded, makes the catch. Scutaro will retreat to first base, 2 down. Two down, and here comes David Ortiz. His 19th homer drove in a 61st run, leading off the 4th inning. Papi now 4 for 12 in this series. You want to talk about one of the most engaging guys I've ever met. Football, baseball, and basketball. This is one right here. He is a riot.
He has a good time.
He is a good fellow, too. Boy, very generous with his time and money to various charities up in the Boston area, and a huge favor up there as well. Favorite. Down low.
And he talked about the first pitch fastball that he hit for a home run. Paulie started him off with a changeup. Well located down in the zone.
And the outside corner didn't like the call. 1-1. Ryan O'Nora, first home plate umpire. And Mike Estabrook at first, Phil Cuzzi at second, Chris Guccione at third. Two outs, trying to keep it a one-run game. Two and one. Ortiz 1 for 4 yesterday, a 6th inning single. Got picked off at third for the second out in that inning. That was absolutely huge. The Mariners got out of it, not giving up a run. Nice throw by Rob Johnson down to Lopez to get him. 2-1. Boy, he waved his hand like he was disgusted it was a bad call. It was a ball for 3-1. 101st mark goes Scudero. Big pitch here at 3-1.
And his next pitch will be number 90 for Paulie.
To Ortiz. Runner goes. Swung on. It's at the center field. And Gutierrez has it. And in his glove. Nice job by Paulie to get out of that situation against David Ortiz to keep it a 1-0 Boston lead. Back here at Safeco Field, John Lester out of Tacoma, Washington, putting on a show. Perfect game through 4. He's got 8 strikeouts. There's a comebacker. He'll underhand to Euclid. First out. Prior to that out, he had struck out 8 of the previous 9 hitters. 7 of the previous 9 hitters. Amazing.
He has it all working tonight. Good fastball. See him top out at 96 miles an hour. Sliders around 89. slow breaking ball at 77 and a changeup.
The hitter's Justin Smoke, looking for his first hit since bottom of the 8th Monday. And he bounces one to Beltre. 2 quick outs. Smoke now 0 for his last 18. A rally fry winner. Who is it?
Well, Angela is going to deliver to Elizabeth.
I'd say a very strong honorable mention to the guy who drove 6 hours with his in-laws.
Well, I would definitely agree with that.
Very strong honorable mention. Two outs in the fifth.
It comes from experience.
No, I love my in-laws, but I'm just saying. You know, sometimes you have that category that just says, just saying. That's one of them. As Milton. All right. She's got everything done on the punch list. Gotta like it. 0-2 to Milton Bradley. 2 outs in the fifth. Taking a lot of time here, going through the signs of Kevin Cash. Lester, on one of those roles, you name it, he's got it going on. 2-2. Economical here to pick up 2 quick outs in the 5th inning. This will be pitch number 8. 2-2 to Bradley. Swing and a miss, and he's gone. Perfect through 5 with 9 Ks. An 8-pitch inning for Tacoma's John Lester. 1-0 Red Sox. Sixth inning, Kevin Youkilis, Adrian Beltre, and J.D. Drew. John Lester's been perfect through 5. David Pauly's done a very nice job through his 5, giving up just the home run to David Big Papi Ortiz, leading off the 4th. 5 hits. The guy's bounced around. Paulie has everything but a win to his credit so far in his time with the Mariners since being called up in late June.
Well, he's done well tonight. As you mentioned, giving up just the solo home run so far, and his job to try to keep his club in it, and he's done that.
2-2.
He's now up to 94 pitches, so this will definitely be his last inning. Chris Seddon is getting loose out in the Mariner pen, the left-hander. He might even come in and face J.D. Drew when he comes up. He's hitting third this inning. There's Chris.
First job by Chris his last time out. Saw Chris on Tuesday. It's 3 innings of 1-run ball. Down to Lopez. Gets Youkilis. Cut the steps, went out. Lopez has done a nice job at third. Who knew? Let's take a look at our Quest High Speed pitch, brought to you by Quest High Speed Internet. Lester topping at 96, Paulie at 91. John in a heck of a groove, having struck out 9 and retired all 15 men in his face. Here's Beltran. Beltran solidly stroked to center field. Easy play. Gutierrez, 2 down. For just $10, you're going to get a great seat on BECU Family Night. It's Tuesday, August 3rd. Mariners will be hosting the Rangers. Plus, the savings continue with the $2 minor league hot dogs and special discounts at the Mariners team store. Get your tickets at mariners.com. As you mentioned, J.D. Drew coming up. Chris Seddon will be making his entrance, and here he comes. 1-0 Boston.
Has not walked a batter yet. Opponent's average is 188.
Nice work by the starter, David Pollack. J.D. Drew's the hitter. Solid base hit to right. Pop out to the shortstop, Jack Wilson. Smoke has the play. Seddon. That'll do it. A 1-2-3-6. The Red Sox are turned away. 1-0 on the Ortiz home run, and John Lester throwing a perfect game. Jon Lester working on a perfecto. Bard, Jack Wilson, Michael Saunders. Bard struck out in a 2-2 pitch back in the third. Mike, there's a lot to like about what this kid is doing.
He's one of the best left-handers in this league.
Plus 22 over 500.
And also, you know, anytime when you start looking at numbers like we do every day on the different pitches that the Mariners are going to face, and I'm pretty sure, I think, he's the only one I've seen so far this year as far as starters go where he has more strikeouts than innings pitched.
I think you're right. 0-2 strikes. He's 53-20 in his career, 3.50 ERA. And Bard is punched out. Second time he's K'd. That's the 10th of the night for Jon Lester.
A couple of fastballs. He comes back with a breaking ball in the outside corner.
Back-to-back strikeouts.
I mean, that's right on the corner. Perfect pitch. Look at that. 3 out of the 4 pitches right on the outside corner.
Struck out 2 in a row. 5 in the last 7. Rolling. Strike 1 to Jack Wilson. This kind of stuff. Pinpoint control. Change of speed that we saw from Mr. Lee when he was here with the Mariners. Cliff Lee. Haven't shredded it out, but off the top of my head, I think we'll be getting Mr. Lee first week in August. Rangers come here to town. Good to see Adrian Beltre back. His fervent fans were here. So give out a bat. All a couple of his great fans here in Seattle. Gold Glove performer, swinging the bat really well this year. 1 and 2. There's a chance that may sit. No, it's not. Run down. Patterson dropped it. There goes the perfect game. Holy mackerel.
Wow.
Oh, brother. He's got to live with that one. Oh, man. Can of corn.
Well, he has it the whole way. It's an easy play, no problem. And just clanked it right off the top of the glove. Wow.
Amazing. Second error this season. Perfecto is done. No hitter still lives.
We'll see what happens. First time Lester's been in the stretch tonight.
Season high strikeouts for Lester's 11. 7-inning performance April 28th at Toronto in a 2-0 win. 0-1 to Saunders, who struck out on a 1-2 pitch back in the third. Classic performances that I don't care who you root for. You'd like to see your number 1, 2, or 3 guys bang out a couple of these every couple of times out. 2-1. Time is called and granted. Terry Mulholland back in 1990 had a perfect game going and lost it on an error and lost it on a and still threw a no-hitter and lost the ball game, and that's happened a few times as Jamie Wright warms up. That's happened a few times in baseball history. Wilson at second base with the tying run. Another paint job by Lester. Jerry Royce, outstanding pitcher. Worked with him in a few games on TV. 1980, he had a game where first batter reached, then he retired the next 27 in a row. First batter having reached on an error. 2-2 to Saunders. Took something off it. A good ride by Saunders deep to right. That ball is gone. 2-run homer. Michael Saunders. And Seattle's got a 2-1 lead. Saunders, home run number 8. RBI number 22 and 23. And then the error by Patterson opens the way for the Mariners to cash it in, and they go cha-ching.
Well, you never know. I mentioned that Lester pitching out of the stretch for the first time. Hangs his breaking ball. He was really in a groove and comfortable, obviously, with the perfect game going, throwing out of the windup. And this is a mistake. It's a couple strikes on Saunders and just hangs that pitch in the middle of the plate.
Nice to see from Michael Saunders as Ichiro sends one down the line. It was Saunders' throw last night from left field that was not made by Sean Figgins that caused a whole controversy. And there's the door opener right there for Eric Patterson. That would have been clearly the second out. It would have been the 17th consecutive hitter retired by John Lester. So now he's down 2-1. Has not had any good swings tonight. Lester's really had his number. It's great for the Mariners to see the young guy, Michael Saunders, jump on a big mistake and cash it in. Ball and 2 strikes. Look out. Two and two. Ichiro has started tonight 6 for 18 career against John Lester. Sometimes you get these guys, you just don't have comfortable at bats, right?
No, and Ichiro hasn't looked comfortable yet. He's already punched him out a couple of times, and we're seeing some bad swings.
Ichiro 5 for 23 in the homestand. Base hit to the outfield was on Tuesday against the White Sox. Everything's been infield hits. This one right to Yukas. 2 outs here in the 6th. 2-run homer by Michael Saunders. Mariners lead 2-1. The Mariner calendar brought to you by Sleep Country USA. And a lot of tough opponents still ahead of the Mariners. The Chicago White Sox, first place team in the Central Division of the AL. Minnesota Twins trying to catch those Sox. Then the Texas Rangers come in, and the Kansas City Royals, they are the #1 hitting team in the major leagues. They just lost David DeJesus with a thumb injury for the season. That's a very sad loss. Good kid. He's having a fine year. There's Sean Figgins 0 for 2. DeJesus, 6th leading hitter in the American League. 1-2 to Figgins. And this is his best side, hitting as a right-hand hitter. 291 on the season starting tonight. He's 0-2 here. 1-2 to Figgins outside. It's 2 for 10 against Lester. Michael Gutierrez on deck. Swing and a miss. Figgins gone. And Lester with strikeout number 11. Eric Patterson, big error, leads to the 2-run homer by Michael Saunders. Perfect game gone. No hitter gone. The lead is gone. Mariners have a 2-1 advantage. All right, Angie, thank you very much. Dan Wilson rejoining us here. And how about the turn of events with Mr. Patterson? He's got the 8. I've got the 8 in the scorebook already. Now they're going to change it to E8.
I tell you, that's it looks like maybe it got John Lester out of his rhythm for just a minute, put him into the stretch, and he hung a breaking ball to Saunders, and there we are, 2-1.
Education of a young kid like that, Saunders, to jump all over the breaking ball. We saw Smoke do it last week in Anaheim.
Well, I think again it comes back to it was a slow breaking ball. When you're gearing up for the fastball or the hard slider, if you're able to keep your hands back, you can put a swing on it. And Saunders, we've seen it. The kid has some pop. He's a big kid. We've seen him hit the cafe out there already. And although this one went back, 8 or 9 rows, I thought it was just a good piece of hitting of being in a good position to be able to handle a pitch, which, quite frankly, was a mistake by Lester, one of the few, because it was right in the middle of the plate. And as Danny was talking about, and I was talking about last thing, you put him in the stretch. But the other thing, too, is, he's watching this game, and I know pitchers are aware. I don't care what they say. They're aware of what's going on. And all of a sudden you think, well, same thing. He's thinking, all right, he's got that one. And then clank. You wonder if concentration maybe went out the window for just a split second. We'll never know, but you wonder.
Well, it has to be. Being human, you're sitting there going, okay, that's it. Oh, man. You don't want to show it, but and I'm sure you guys have seen guys who showed it. But you want to stay classy.
Absolutely. That's a tough one right there. And I think you're right, Mike. I think it did throw him out of his rhythm just a hair. And like you say, any kind of a breakdown of concentration for even just a minute can cost you in this ball game, and it cost Lester right there.
On the flip side of it, give Michael Saunders and the Mariners some credit for taking advantage of that situation. Clearly, the ball being dropped opened the door for him, and you're looking to hopefully tie the game because now the runner's standing at second base, but he ended up giving them the lead. And so far, the Mariners pitchers have done a nice job in this game, holding Boston down to just the 1 run.
Playing the ballpark pretty nicely as Gutierrez puts that one away, 2 outs. The only one that's left the yard is the Ortiz leadoff homer in the 4th. Wednesday, August 4th, Bring 4 to 12 of your family members and friends. Head out here to the next Safeco Insurance Grand Slam Family Package night. As low as $14 per person, you can get a ticket to see the Mariners square off against the Texas Rangers. You get a hot dog and a Pepsi. So take advantage of this package at mariners.com/specials. Chris Seddon did a nice job. Faced 3 hitters. Right now, he is the pitcher of record for the Mariners. Jamie Wright will take over when we return. 2 outs in the 7th. 2-1 Mariners. Against these Red Sox, 3 scoreless innings. He struck out 2. They'll face Kevin Cash. Hit deep to left, down the line, hooking foul.
Dave Cash getting some playing time with both Varitek and Martinez on the DL, and probably getting an opportunity to learn a lot from a guy like Jason Varitek, who's been around this game and done very well, and probably has really appreciated that opportunity, and we can see some of the fruits of that tonight with John Lester and his work.
Sure. It's tough when you lose your 2 front-line catchers. Martinez is swinging the bat pretty well, too. Always like to. See the ball to Jack Wilson. That'll do it. So Wright does his job. Helping the Seddon case. Seddon right now the pitcher of record. A full moon, gorgeous night in Seattle. Can't beat it. 2-1. Mariners with just 1 hit, but it's a on one hit. Michael Saunders, a 2-run homer in the 6th. John Lester had retired the first 16 hitters in a row. He had a certain can of corn fly ball center field, and Eric Patterson dropped it. Saunders on a 2-2 pitch and a home run into the right field seats. Lester struck out 11, tying a season high. It's Gutierrez, Lopez, and Smoke here in the bottom of this frame. The 0 for 2. It has been a struggle. So dribbler, Cash on it. Throws out Gutierrez for the first down. Special Metro to the Mariners continues. So check out the bus service for your next trip to Safeco Field. Visit the Metro website for complete information on Ride Metro to the Mariners. Here's Jose Lopez, 0 for 2. Strikeout, Tapper back to the pitcher. Will be 0 for 2 tonight. It's kind of hard to ignore these numbers. They are disturbing, but he's 2 for his last 22. Gutierrez is 4 for his last 23. One of the reasons why the Mariners are 4 and 16 over the last 20. Down to Beltre. He's going to throw out one of his proteges, Jose Lopez. Beltre given Lopey one of his gloves earlier in the year. Scott Brady telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. You're coming up, Dan, who took you under his wing as a young catcher.
You know, it's funny, my first spring training in Cincinnati, actually a guy who took me under his wing that wasn't even a catcher was Billy Doran.
Yeah, infield, good player.
Yeah, good player, and you know, just one of those guys that sort of at the end of his career had a great career and was a salty veteran there in Cincinnati, and just struck up a conversation with him out shagging flies in BP, and was a guy that over the course of that spring training just looked out for me and pumped me up when I needed to be pumped up, and it was awfully nice of him.
Mr. Gossage was very helpful to you, right, Mike?
Yes, after the first 10 days.
Hall of Famer Rich Goose Gossage.
Who was catching there? Joe Oliver? Was he catching at the time?
Joe was there. He was a young player, but you know, Joe was great. I mean, Joe was a guy that immediately we got along very well, and you know, I made the team in '93, and we were the two catchers, and we enjoyed a great relationship too. But it was just Billy Doran, who was a guy who was more of a veteran at the time. Joe was still pretty young, and Billy just, you know, just did what a veteran does, and just a veteran talking to you gave you some confidence, for crying out loud.
Strike 2. Who'd you return the favor to?
Well,
nobody.
3-2 to Smoke. Struck him out. That's a season best 12 for John Lester, but he's on the short end right now. 2-1 Mariners. In 19 and 1-run affairs. Red Sox 17 and 16 to get the top of the order here against Jamie Wright, Marco Scutaro, Eric Patterson, and David Ortiz. I don't want to leave that thread hanging. You took somebody under your wing at some point.
Obviously, I was kidding.
No, I know, but just for the sake of accuracy.
Yeah, we had some young catchers that came in here, guys like Ben Davis, Miguel Olivo, guys that I hope I affected in a positive way. But as Mike and I were talking in the break, you you probably don't realize the guys that you had an impact on, and I'm sure Billy Dorn probably has no idea what kind of impact he had on me. But it's just the little things, like I said, even just having a conversation with a veteran, making you feel like you're a part of things, that just becomes a huge boost for a kid.
Bunt shown. This is the way. What about you, Mike?
Somebody that I was able to help.
Yeah.
That's why we're having the conversation. I think you don't realize who it is that you're having an impact on. I can't think of anybody, some young kid that walked the clubhouse and I decided, well, I'm going to help this guy out. I appreciated the fact that guys like Gossage and Mattingly were willing to do things for me. You try to do the same thing for anybody that walks in there. The bottom line is, and this is where the game has changed a lot. I know when I first came in, the big thing was to give the rookies a hard time. Shut up, sit in the corner, don't say anything, that kind of thing. And now it's changed a lot, and I think for the better, because you have to rely on those guys to help you win games, and that's what it's about.
2-2 to Scutaro, leading off here in the 8th. 1-run game. 1-run game, his last 6 outs of murder, right?
Well, especially here, you have the leadoff hitter Scutaro, and the Mariners pitching staff has done a nice job of keeping Scutaro and Patterson off the bases so that when Ortiz and Youkilis come up, if they do any damage, it's going to be minimal. And so far, it's just been a solo home run from Ortiz. When you get late in the game, you definitely want to keep these guys off the bases before those guys get an opportunity to hit.
2-2. Off again. Scutaro 1 for 3. Patterson 0 for 3. Now we're going to have a shout down here at Safeco Field. 43,694. I don't know what your percentages are, but there are a heck of a lot of Red Sox fans here, and they're getting hooted and booed down by Mariners. 2-2. Strike 3 call. Scutaro, a disbeliever. I think the phrase "you're kidding me" might have been used down there. Strikeout for Jamie Wright.
Locked him up on a breaking ball. Looked like he had a reason to be upset with Brian Honora, the home plate umpire. The pitch looked like it was in a little bit.
I think they were trying to start that slider at his hip and have it come across the inside corner. It looked like it backed up on him a little bit, and Scutaro didn't think it caught the plate at all.
Ball 1 to Patterson. Strikes to Patterson. An interesting turn of developments here in Seattle as John Lester was perfect as rookie Garrett Olson hitting it. With the first 16 men that he faced, Patterson dropped an easy fly ball. I mean, he's going to make that catch in his sleep tonight. That followed Saunders with a 2-run homer. So only hit the Mariners half, and Patterson 1-2. Michael Saunders, the Mariners' young left fielder, home run number 8. And I'm sure somewhere back in East Coast, Yankee fans are saying the Mariners are getting it done with David Pauly, Chris Seddon, and Jamie Wright. Game not over, but they are liking this. 2-2.
Dave, you mentioned Patterson making that catch in his sleep tonight. Mr. Patterson's not going to get any sleep tonight unless these Boston Red Sox can figure out a way to come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm hearing you. Hello, can I have Eric Patterson's run, please? 2-2. Count is run full.
Tried to hit that outside corner with that backdoor breaking ball. It was just up out of the zone a little bit. Looks like he's got some pretty good movement, though, with that slider on that side of the plate.
3-2 to Patterson. Missed. Tying runs aboard. And David Ortiz coming to bat. If you're looking for a way to save money in your commute, consider a Sound Transit ST Express bus. For route information, visit soundtransit.org.
And here comes Don Wakamatsu. Saw Olson getting loose out in the pen. This is the reason why.
So Wack going to make another pitching change. This will be pitcher number 4, and Garrett Olson, one of the bigger confrontations he's going to have this week against David Ortiz. Did 10 once. Pretty good company. Big spot in the ball game right now. 8th inning, a 1-run lead for the Mariners. A man on, and David Ortiz coming up.
See the numbers for Garrett Olson. ERA 5.5, 14 2/3 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts. He has given up 1 home run.
Big confrontation right here. Ortiz 3 for 14 with a home run against Olson. Big Papi shift is on.
Get to this part of the game, Dan. Do you even think about throwing a pitch inside to this guy?
Now, you know, there's a saying in the game of baseball, you don't get beat in late in the game, and certainly this is a situation where you don't want to get beat in. You want to make that hitter hit that ball the other way.
Popped it up. That's huge. Lopez is there. 2 down. What a big out for Garrett Olson and the Mariners.
Olson got Big Papi out in front on a nice pitch down and away breaking ball. Big Papi just reaching for it, and Jose was right there to make the catch.
One more out here in the 8th inning for the Mariners, nursing the 2-1 lead. Man at first, Derek Patterson, good wheels over there. And a good hitter here at Kevin Youkilis, who's 1 for 3. Youkilis 4 for 14 against Olson.
You know, Blow, every time I see Youkilis hit with this unique hand thing he's got. I'll never forget Lou walking around in spring training. Never liked the guy to have a tight grip. Always wanted that loose grip, and he'd walk up to you once in a while and just yank that bat out of your hands as you're getting ready to take BP. And every time I see Youkilis getting ready to take a hit, take a swing, I think about that, because this guy's hands are so loose in the box, and he's barely holding on with that top hand.
Well, his top hand's actually separated to start with, and then he'll bring it back down. He'll even get it down even more as he starts to get himself in position to hit.
Bounces one to Lopez. Charge, bobble, no play. Everybody's safe. So an E5 on Lopez keeps this inning alive for the Red Sox here in the 8th.
Take a look at Lopez as he comes in, going to get the big hop off the heel of his glove, and just couldn't get the handle on it.
12th error for Lopez this season. Now you got Adrian Beltre. A walk, a line out hard to left, and a line out hard to center. Big RBI double 4th inning last night. Huge out that the Mariners have got to get here. Beltre's 1 for 5 against Olson. Strike one.
And like you mentioned before, not getting beat inside. Again, another situation right here. Beltre, somewhat of a pull hitter, and really want to make him hit that ball the other way to beat you right here.
The 0-1 took something off, and a big swing and a miss. 0-2.
Look at the off-speed pitch, and Beltre way out in front. Garrett Olson has located some pitches in this inning since he's come in. That last pitch is right there at the bottom of the strike zone.
2 on, 2 out. 1-run game. 0-2 to Beltre. Skied to left, playable. Jack Wilson out, Saunders in. Saunders takes it. That'll do it for the Red Sox in the 8th. Garrett Olson gets the job done. 2-1 Mariners, and coming up it's going to be Bradley, Bard, and Wilson in the home 8th here at Safeco. Lester struck out 12, hasn't walked anybody, given up 1 hit. The Mariners, in their history, have 2 wins at home, and they won with just 1 hit. They beat Ted Lilly and the Yankees in 2002, and they beat Charlie Huff in 1989 in a game. Milton Bradley ground out to short and strikeout tonight. David Ardsman getting ready for the ninth. Bradley just 2 for his last 18. One count. Beckett and Blackie, they pitched the last couple of nights. Milton Bradley and a gapper. That'll work. That's going to roll all the way to the fence. Bradley digging hard, going for 2. He'll take a look. He's going for 3 stumbles. Oh, here's the throw to third. He's in safely. A triple for Milton Bradley. Boy, the way base running's been going this week, when he stumbled, all you could think of was, oh no. But he comes up big, his first triple as a Mariner.
This is just a laser into the gap out in right center field. Milton's coming around first, thinking it's a double, and right about there he sees it gets underneath the wall, a little bit under the padding, and he stumbles. Looks like maybe he had to reach for second base a little bit and stumbled on his turn, but was able to keep it together.
That's about as big a relief slide as you'll see.
He wasn't letting go of that bag, I'll tell you that. But yeah, you're right, Mike. It looked like he did have to lunge a little bit at second base to make sure he could hit it, and it kind of threw his stride off and forced the stumble.
Got it on a 3-1 pitch. Red Sox infield coming up close here. Bard trying to pick up another run. Bard with a strikeout, swinging and looking. His last time up, he was the 16th hitter in a row, retired by Lester, and then the door opened on the error by Patterson. Down the line, foul.
Lester coming in hard on Bard's hands there, trying to get that ground ball. Anytime you're coming in hard like that, you're looking for a weakly hit ball on the ground, especially with the infield in here. They're looking to get Milton at home or hold him at third, and good pitch there.
Bard trying to pick up an RBI. He's certainly not going to break from that pattern, right?
No, he's not going to give in to him at all here, and he needs an out big time, but he's not going to give in to Josh.
Manny Del Carmen warming up. Manny had a bad outing. That was in the first game. Didn't retire anybody in the ninth inning. 1-2. Lester wanted that one, don't you think?
Tried to sneak that backdoor slider on the outside corner there, and according to the tracker, just missed getting it onto the plate. But a tough pitch after those 2 hard pitches inside to get onto that pitch on the outside corner.
2-2. Struck him out. Strikeout number 13. Runner at third, 1 out here in the 8th. Follow the Mariners on your BlackBerry, Android, iPhone, or iPod Touch with MLB.com at Bat 2010. It features play-by-play video highlights and live audio broadcasts. So visit Mariners.com today on your BlackBerry, Android, iPhone, or iPod Touch for more details. John Farrell, the pitching coach, out for a word with John Lester with Jack Wilson. About to step in for the Mariners.
It's an interesting conversation that's going on. I think you look at it, Jack Wilson, the right-handed hitter. You have Saunders, the lefty, although he did homer in the game. Left-hander on deck. If you put Jack on or pitcher on and get too cute, even if you get Saunders, then you're going to have Ichiro coming up to the plate. A lot of things to think about. I don't know if you go right after Jack or if you want to be careful in this situation. I think with the way Lester's been throwing, I think he just goes right at it.
Yeah, this is the point in the ball game too, Mike. You're right. You're kind of looking 2 and 3 hitters down the line, especially with 2 bases open, and
by the Jack Wilson.
You just you kind of see how counts go. You know, you can go at guys, and if you get behind, then you can afford to enough to lose a guy here or there, get yourself into a double play situation. So it will. This is a kind of a plan that will evolve as the inning goes.
1-0 to Jack Wilson. Bradley at third. 2-1 Mariners. Down the line, foul ball.
Really likes pounding these right-handed hitters in this situation, and probably will try to go off speed away, off the plate to try to entice a pop-up. But I doubt he'll stray from that plan very much.
Mariners trying to get an insurance tally here in the 8th. 1 out. Bunt, he got it down. It's going to be a play at the plate. No, there isn't. Bunt's a success. Jack Wilson got it done. Bradley scores. It's 3-1 Mariners. Boy, that's a blitz this ball club needed big time.
Well, take a look at it. Pitch is up. Jack does a really nice job of getting that pitch down. A lot of times you see a pitch that's up in the zone like that, the batter will pop it up. But he does a great job of getting it down on the ground. Nice job by Milton Bradley not running too soon, but wow, that's some kind of punt.
Son sacrifice. 1-4 RBI. Jack Wilson. Saunders homered on a 2-2 pitch his last time up. Strike one.
For David Arsman, the pen, he was loving it, giving that extra run. You come into a game with a 1-run lead, no margin for error. That helps him out a little bit.
They face 6, 7, and 8. Top of the 9th. Oh, that's a nice job. Pitch was up high and he got it down. Got the job done. 1-1. 2 strikes. Very animated. Everybody amped up down there. The RBIs tonight for the Mariners have come out of the 8-hole. Wilson and Saunders in the 9-hole.
Well, it just shows to go, you guys, when you execute that kind of a play, it's just really hard to defense. And boy, the Mariners executed that perfectly.
The timing of it, because really the bunt, he deadened it nicely, but it was right back to the pitcher. Lester was able to get to a pretty good shape, but the timing of it with Milton Bradley at third was perfect.
2-2. Saunders has worked a full count. Homered on the 2-2 pitch. He's 3-2 now as Arsma prepares to enter the game. He's 17 out of 21 in save opportunities this year. Three and 2 coming up. No, that feels good down there in that dugout. 3-2. Bow! Nice shot off his leg. Base hit Saunders. Jerry Francona out quickly to check on his ace left-hander. Saunders hit that very hard.
Again, it looked like a slider to me that was in the middle of the plate. Maybe a cutter, but it was 89 miles an hour. Take a look at the swing. And hit it right off of his shoe.
Second hit in the inning, third of the game. Francona got the answers he was looking for, and a Coors Light old hard blast. Saunders back in the 6th with a man aboard, a 2-2 pitch. Launched one into the seats for home run number 8. RBIs 22 and 23. Saunders' previous home run was at Yankee Stadium on June 30th. Here's Ichiro. Not in volume, but they have been timelier. Jack in the Box in-game box score. Mariners no hit through 5. 5 1/3 to be exact. right, you're in Ichiro's head right now. 2-0. He's ahead in the count. He's had bad swings all night. 0 for 3. What do you think?
I think at 118 pitches, Lester's going to go right at him with a fastball. Is it something that he can pull in the hole on the right side?
Talked about that play. Lester struck out 13, hasn't walked anybody. Right after some controversy last night right there in that Mariner dugout, ball club's leading 3-1 over the Boston Red Sox. Saunders 2 out of 4 in base stealing this year. Now a 3-1 count. Sean Figgins on deck. He's 0 for 3. Up and in on Ichiro. First walk issued tonight by Lester. And the Mariners have first and second. 2 out and a run in. And do you have the courage to rappel off a 41-story skyscraper for Special Olympics? Well, take your support to new heights by pledging to raise $1,000, and you can participate in Over the Edge, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to rappel down one of Seattle's most famed skyscrapers, Rainier Tower. To reserve your spot or to learn more, visit www.sowa.org. Figgins. The other way, base hit. Here comes Saunders. He'll score easily. Ichiro's going to third. Figgins makes the turn. Here's the throw from J.D. Drew. Not in time. RBI double. Sean Figgins. 4-1 Mariners.
Fastball out over the plate. Lets the ball get deep and hits it right down the line. See Euclid playing well off the bag over at first base.
So that'll do it for John Lester. He was perfect for part of this ball game, but it's come apart at the threads, at the seams here late in the ball game. Mariners by 3. Performance by John Lester.
Really had it working early in the game. Take a look at it. Strikes out the side back in the 4th inning. Just cruising along early in the ball game. Had everything going, and the Mariners not doing anything. And then Lopez hits a comebacker. Right back to Lester. Handles that easily. Another strikeout for him right here against Bradley. Nice pitch. Down and in. Swings over the top of it.
Strikeout number 9. And that was he brings up a career high 13. Here's the error that kills you, Dan.
Yeah, again, they had such a nice rhythm going, as Mike mentioned. He was just cruising, and you know, on those kinds of balls, you put your head down and it's in the books. But then when the ball drops, and you got to come back and get the next guy, you got a guy on first. Saunders, he just left a breaking ball in the middle of the plate. Saunders put a really nice swing on it and put it into the seats.
2-2 pitch. He delivers his 8th home run. RBIs 22 and 23. career high 13 strikeouts, and it came apart late for John Lester. The Mariners with a couple of runs on the board here in the 8th. 2 more out there for Gutierrez.
I was a little surprised there to see Lester throw to Figgins. It looked like his pitch to Saunders there. Saunders drove it up the middle, and then the walk to Ichiro. He really looked like he had lost quite a bit, and I was surprised they went with him for Figgins. And boy, Sean did a nice job hitting that ball down that right field line.
And to back that up, his previous high pitch count was 120, and after the walk, he was at 121. So he'd extended himself further than he had gone all year so far.
Gutierrez 1 for 3 with a home run. Burn still in the face of John Lester. Perfect for 5 1/3. 2-0. Jaguti. Torino with Jose Lopez on deck. Arzma should be plenty warm by the time the top of the 9th rolls around. 3-0.
First base open here, guys. Again, I doubt Goody will see something too nice on this pitch, because you can afford to lose Goody here and pitch to Jose.
3-1 pitch. Good speed on the base paths. Committed. 3-2. Jose Lopez awaits. Long look from Del Carmen. Here we go. 3-2. Walking. Del Carmen walks the first batter he faces. Now the Mariners have the bases loaded. 2 runs in already.
Well, again, Dave, with a 3-2 count there in the first base open, you see he wasn't going to give in to Goody right there. He threw that breaking ball down and was really trying to get Goody to chase.
Well, the good news for Lopez because of that, Dan, is now he doesn't have that luxury.
That's right.
So Jose has to be a little bit more aggressive, probably early in the count, see if he can get a good pitch to hit.
1 for 3 against Del Carmen. Swing. Since the sacrifice, the suicide squeeze executed by Jack Wilson, the Mariners have gone infield hit, walk, RBI, double walk. Eighth man to the plate here in the 8th inning.
You can see Kevin Cash and Del Carmen going with some touch signs back here. You watch Cash give the signs, and they don't go with the traditional fingers, and that might be a case where Del Carmen can't see the fingers, or they just want to make it tougher for the runners at second to steal the signs.
2-1. Del Carmen, bad outing on Thursday. 2 hits, 4 runs, and a walk. The game eventually won by the Red Sox 8-6 in 13 innings. Two balls, 1 strike, bases loaded. Oh, it hit him. Now bringing a run. 5-1 Seattle. Coming in to score is Ichiro. Moving to third is Figgins. Lopez. Gutierrez moves up to second. Lopez to first.
Well, this doesn't feel good, but you'll take it. That's an RBI. Lopez goes up there. It hurts when it hits you on the elbow. No protection for Lopez there.
Looks like they were trying to go in. Cash was set up on the inside corner, but pitch just got away from Del Carmen.
5-1 Mariners. Smoke. Down low.
Del Carmen came into the game on Thursday and really struggled in that game. And so far, looks like he's all over the place again.
John Farrell out for quick chat. Del Carmen up to his neck in hot water here. 9th man to the plate here in the 8th inning. 3 runs in for the Mariners and bidding for more.
Oh, look at that number. 11 pitches, 8 of them balls, just 3 strikes.
Smoke. Take a look at Manny Del Carmen, 1-0. There's a drive. Deep right field. J.D. Drew at the track, and he's there to make the catch. Oh, man, I thought Smoke had a salami. Gave it a good ride, but a good inning nonetheless for the Mariners. They put 3 on the board and have a 5-1 lead and turn the case over to the DA here at Safeco. Absolutely. As J.D. Drew looks at a strike from Garrett Olson, they'll keep Olson in to face the left-hander J.D. Drew here in the ninth. J.D. Drew. A pinch hitter, Bill Hall. And maybe one more pinch hitter here for Terry Francona. Line drive to finish, 1 out. Bill Hall's done his damage here in the first 2 games. 1 for 3 yesterday. Big home run in the 7th. That was the difference maker in a 2-1 Red Sox win. And then on Thursday in the opener, he had a 2-run homer in the 3rd, which was a big part of the early lead for the Red Sox. They went on to win the game 8-6 and 13. Strike 1, Bill Hall.
Well, situation right here, guys. You got a 5-1 lead. You're in the bottom of the ninth. You're really just going right at these guys, making them swing the bat. The thing that's going to hurt you here is putting guys on base with a free pass. So I expect to see Garrett just pounding that strike zone and letting his fielders do the work behind him.
Bouncing ball to Smoke for the second out. Nicely done by Garrett Olson. 2 outs. And Jed Lowry, the last hope here for the Red Sox. Lowry 1 for 2 against Garrett Olson. Michael Saunders got the Mariners going with a big 2-run homer to break up the no-hitter and the shutout. That was in the 6th inning. The Mariners have added on with 3 in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Lowry. Strike 1. Strike 2. Garrett Olson on fire. Oh, 0-2. Chance to end it right here. Pitch. No. 1-2 to Lowry, who's 0 for 3. A couple of flyouts to each on right and 1 to center field. To Gutierrez. Straight away, not too deep. The 1-2 pitch. Popped it up. Short center field. Playable. H-Row, though, will take over in short right field. And that's it. Mariners win the ball game by a final of 5-1. And Chris Seddon wins his first major league game. Michael Saunders, the early hitting hero to get the Mariners going, as the Mariners win for just the 5th time in the last 21 games.
John Lester cruising. We've seen it twice this week already. Lackey first, then Lester tonight cruising along. Catch a break. Center fielder drops the ball in the outfield. The Mariners make him pay by the 2-run home run from Saunders. And it seemed like Lester just kind of out of sorts after that because he was cruising. And that's what you have to do sometimes, Dan. Get a break and take advantage of it.
Absolutely. And then in the bottom of the 8th, really adding on was huge. And the Mariners executing a nice suicide squeeze. And that's got to feel real good down in that clubhouse.
Yes, indeed.